All right, what we're going to do today is I had a video on this prior, but someone asked me to if I could take Social Security and essentially emulate that I'm 62. I take my Social Security early, but then I turn around and invest that and to see how it would impact the plan. Now, I had done all this, I think I had done this with Excel before, but it's much more fun to see in Boldin. So I was trying to figure out some ways to do it, and I think I got it. I think I know I think this will work, but I want you guys to look at it too. So let's just take a look. So essentially, I tried a couple different ways with workflows and money flows and things like that. I can tell there's my IT background, workflows, or at least my developer background. And really, what I ended after spending like an hour working on it, trying to figure out how to do it, I thought about it and I thought, you know what? What is what's the general philosophy behind this? Well, essentially, the philosophy is I'm going to be taking Social Security early, but I'm not going to be using it. I want to put it directly into an account, an IRA, as opposed to waiting till 67. So it's an income. So that's how I ended up modeling it. So what I did is I said, let's pretend I'm working. Because remember, also, I need to get that into an account. And Boldin doesn't like doing that stuff with Social Security. So what I did is I kind of tricked Boldin a little bit. I said, okay, let's pretend that if I take it early, which this is the right amount, if I take it early, I would get like 2,700. So I guess we can go look at that right away. Oh no, I can't because I can look in the base plan. I'll show you in the base plan. So if you go to the base plan and you go to Social Security, if I take Social Security at 67, which is right here, I'll get 3,800, right? If I take it at 62, I'm not going to save this. Hopefully, is it going to save it? Anyhow, if I take it at 62, it goes down to 2,700. So the general idea is, hey, if I take that 2,700 and I put it in an account, but Boldin doesn't like that too much. So what I ended up doing was I said, instead of treating it like Social Security, I said, we'll treat it like another job. So what I did is I said, let's create the difference. Let's create a job where I get 2,700 a month and it goes till I'm 67. Because after that, theoretically, I'm just using Social Security. And what you can do is you can say, so there's the 2,700 a month. I do it till I'm 67. I I create a custom rate, but it doesn't really matter because you're going to see I don't use it. And then what I do is I do when you add a job, it's going to say, do you want a contribution? And you can say yeah, and then you can say it's deducted from my paycheck. You can say I'm putting it right into a savings account. In this case, I created an account called Invest Early in Social Security, and I think I gave it like 5%, that it would make an average of 5%. You can do whatever you want. I'll show you that early. And then you can tell it, I contribute a percent, and then you essentially give it 100%. And so what it'll do is it'll take that entire 2,700 a month and put it into that account until you're 67, and then it'll use Social Security. So that's what I did. So I created this job at 67. It puts it into this account called Social Security because I wanted to track it separately. So it takes 100% of my income and puts it into this account called Social Security, Invest Early Social Security. And you'll see I have it at a 6.64. You could obviously do whatever you wanted for that return. Now, so that's the account. That's what's going to go into. So I'm assuming this account's going to make like 6.64. But then you have to change your Social Security too. So if you'll see, and you'll have to figure out, and there's a couple ways you could do it. You have to figure out, well, it's an easy way to do it. If you already have it in there, you just say, I'm going to collect at 62. You get that amount, and then you put it in there as your monthly income. But you still collected 67. That's what's important. So if you look at my income, and I go to Social Security, you'll see it's 2,700. So it's the same amount. It's not the 3,800. It's the 2,700. So what I did was I said, hey, the 2,700 is now what I'm getting because I'm taking it early, but I'm not starting till 67. So you're going to have to muck with this a little. Like I had, what I did is I said I'm claiming at 67, and then I started reducing this amount until it hit the 2,700. Oh wait, your protected benefit. Oh, because I've already changed it to 2,700. Because that's what I'm going to be collecting at 67. But you're going to have to muck with this to get the number that is there for 62, and then you have to change this number for 67 because you took it early. Okay, and but you don't want Boldin to start taking this number out till you're 67. So you've got to edit your Social Security when you do that. Okay. So now I created an account. I created an account for Social Security. I said it's gonna make about 6%. I looked at my Social Security. The other thing too you want to do for Social Security is you kind of want to give yourself a raise because Social Security will do that. So if you go to work and you go to this income here, or no, Social Security income, I gave it a two. To be accurate, I should probably match the average, but which Boldin tells you in Social Security. But you put your average rate, and that way you'll get that increase as if, which is what you'll get in Social Security. Okay. So what was the net result of that? So a couple ways you can look at to make sure it's working right is go to Insights, go to Savings, and then you want to make sure this is working. So you can go for savings balances. There's my invest early Social Security. So I should see that. When did I start it? Oh, I have to start it when I'm 62 because I'm emulating me being 62 and taking it early. And you'll see, there we go. 35,000, 70. And it's adding it up. It's accumulating it. Now, the other place you want to go real quick, and this is kind of up to you, but if you go into, is it money flows? It's where you look, yeah, and you go do withdrawal order. I put my withdrawal order of this like towards the end. I kind of wanted to see how much it would take. And to be honest with you, based on my plan, I never even get to this. So you'll see it accumulate when we go into savings, which I'll go back to. But you'll want to do that. You'll want to change your withdrawal order. Otherwise, if the withdrawal order is not correct, you'll put it in, Boldin will take it out. And then you'll never really see what's going on. So there's your savings balances here. And you'll see it just accumulates. It's the little blue thing there. It keeps going. And since I never withdraw from it, in theory, that invest so early Social Security accumulates to be 938,000, which is kind of cool. But remember, you're also getting deprived of all the Social Security amounts. So, but on the other side of that coin, you own it. You control it. You're not at the whim of these stupid senators and congressmen to try and run our government properly. So I don't know. There's a little bit of appeal to that with me. We can also look at lifetime cash flow and see how much more level this is now. See my income because I'm taking it at 62. It just kind of everything levels out. My income was dropping quite a bit, but now that I'm taking it at 62, it just seems to level out a lot more. But anyhow, all that aside. So I don't know. It's funny. There is this little small part of me that's tempted to do this but you have to be disciplined, not spend it. But let's take a look real quick. So what do we want to look at real quick? Let's look at the overview. So you can see it does bring my chance of success down 5%, which is hysterical because I've been looking for ways to bring my success down. And it's been going pretty well. So it brings it down from 93. But the way to look to see the impact is to go into Scenario Manager. This is what's really cool about Boldin, I like. And compare them. And so you start to see, like my net worth at the end of plan is 100,000 more. My chance of retirement success, 98 versus 93. I don't know why the average income. Oh, I guess the average income. No, this is my baseline plan. I don't know. I guess it's average, so it's over the whole thing. So I guess as I get 67, my income is going up. Average expenses. I don't know why this is off. I didn't change my expenses. Maybe taxes. Maybe that's what it is. That's probably what it is. Yeah, my tax rate on average is a little lower, which that's another interesting thing. And that's another thing I'm not modeling. So That's the other thing you have to be careful of when you do that account. Remember that account that might invest early Social Security account. Remember, it's subject to capital gains since you're taking it out and putting it somewhere. So make sure you do that account right. Um, I mean, Social Security is going to be tax free. That's the only thing that's probably a little under mine. I mean, the way they implement Social Security tax free, it doesn't look like I would get it tax free, but whatever. Um, you want to make sure I'm going to be off a little because that income I put in is going to get taxed. They're going to tax it. They're not going to know it's Social Security. Total lifetime income, it's higher. Now I don't know. I don't know if that includes investments or not. Um, let's look at the end. Lifetime tax, it's just lower, but that's just because I'm making less. So, I mean, so that was just a quick kind of fun way. I hadn't really thought about doing this. I did it all in Excel. I kind of like this way better. If I really want to go a little crazy, probably what would be interesting is to take my investment returns or something like that, the total of investment returns, and add that in. Because obviously I'm going to have more invested since I'm going to be taking that Social Security and putting it early. But it was an interesting exercise. You could do it yourself. It seems to be the winner is not to do it, but I don't know. I guess I don't know. Sad to say, my faith in government gets worse and worse every single day. So that's it. I thought it'd be fun to do. Someone suggested it. Kenny, kudos to you, buddy. And you could do it on yours too and see what the impact is. So take care. Thanks for watching. Later.